What's up, guys? It's Philippe again, your friendly friend from the neighborhood next door. What the does that even mean? Anyway, welcome back. If you're already part of the family, don't forget to say hello. And if you're brand new to the channel, again, beer in the fridge, you guys already know the deal. Let me ask you something. Have you started making your own music videos for your songs yet? Why not? You totally and completely should. You're wasting a massive opportunity. I mean, just think about it. You have a nicely recorded song, you're mega proud, and you want to share it with the world, okay? The problem is, if nobody really knows you and your touring is pretty much limited to the local pub, the chances are that nobody's really going to hear it, unless of course for friends and family and those 10 likes you're going to get on your Facebook feed. Now, the answer is that you need to marry your music to a kick-ass video. The thing is, if you hire someone, it can be incredibly expensive and you might not even be happy with the outcome. Also, if you try to cut corners by asking someone that you don't really know to make this video for you with a very low budget, you'll be insanely disappointed. But listen, I'm here to tell you that you can do it and it's not as complicated as it is. Now, I've never touched a video in my life. I didn't even have Premiere in my computer. I didn't have any camera, no lenses. The lights I actually borrowed from my boss. Thanks, Paul. I knew the song inside out because just like you guys, I wrote the song. And I'm pretty sure that that's the case with you. And even if you didn't write it, come on, let's face it, you're part of it. Anyway, pep talk aside, I'm starting these series of videos where I want to show you and give you some tips about how you can start making your own music videos. And that means like how you film them, how you light them, how you edit them, and really good ways to also promote them. For today, let's talk about, drum rolls here, the concept of a music video. There are three main ways basically on how you can actually do this. Number one is performance only. Then you have another type, which is where you just tell a story with just narrative. And the third way is kind of like a hybrid between narrative and performance. Okay, now the easiest one is obviously performance, out of the three at least. And by easiest, I'm putting it between quotes. And why is it easier to shoot performance than the other two? Well, for obvious reasons, right? I mean, you don't need extra actors. You can basically shoot everything in one location and your production will be limited to just that one spot. Now, this video we've done just with performance and it was incredibly cheap to do. If you guys look, these panels right here that look really good after I've edited them out, they're basically just a sheet with some lights behind. These silhouettes appear to kind of like add a little bit more contrast to the music video. I know that pretty much everyone out there watching this has got their rock star, burning to get out. Everybody wants to do the whole Slash, on top of a mountain, holding the guitar totally topless with the wind blowing. So we need to add a lot more flavor to it. And if you combine that with some side shots and all of that, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute, how you can get ideas for that. So, give all you got on the performance. You really gotta sweat right there, and trust me, man, if you're over 35, your heart's gonna beat like hell. On to the next one, and that's narrative. And this one is by far my very favorite concept. And you know why? Because just like making a song, you can be incredibly creative here. It's a bit harder, especially if you don't have, education, film education background, but it's not as hard as you think. So my best advice is adapt and remix. That's why you don't need to reinvent the wheel, Anything can be used as good as inspiration for a good concept, but there are three that I particularly really like. So the very first one is inspiration from already existing cinematography. And if it worked for Jackie Chan, it will sure as heck work for us. Now, you know the song inside out, so think about the origins of that song and what that song actually means. Now, try and look for some movie or sketch or short film that can relate to that song. It doesn't need to be an exact match, but this is where you get super creative, all right? This is where you start exploring that. For example, on my song Deny, there is a duality between myself, the singer, and the screamer in my band, where he actually finishes all of my sentences with a yell. Lots of contrast and dynamics in the vocals. So the very first thing that came to, that popped to my mind was Jekyll and Hyde. Okay, but I didn't go with that. I ended up going with a very old movie called The Seventh Seal by director Ingmar Bergman. Okay, now that movie narrates the story of a knight coming back home from war, where along the way he meets death and he's challenged for a game of chess for his life. I hope I don't get copyright strike, but this is just kind of like some highlights of the movie. Now, when I saw that movie, I immediately imagined Deny behind it as a soundtrack. So all I had to do was just transpose that idea and, some of the camera angles as well, and adapt it into what became the Denied video. It doesn't need to be a like-for-like copy, but if you can picture your song as a soundtrack for that film, that's pretty much a pretty good start and definitely a great sign. The next one is inspiration from just a book. And just gaze through your bookshelf and sing that song inside your head. I'm pretty sure one of the titles will grab your attention. You know what? Let me just show you what I mean. So, yep, I confess, I am a 37-year-old male that read the 13 Reasons Why and absolutely loved it. Finally, you have inspiration from other bands. And just watch some of your favorite bands' videos and seek inspirations from them. That's exactly what I was just saying earlier. I'm pretty sure they did the same thing. And if it wasn't them, the people that makes the videos for them, they do that for sure. For example, look at this track from Killswitch Engage. Now, look at this one from Trivium. I'm pretty sure you guys can see the similarities right here. Now, look at this one that I did from my own band. It's obvious that these three bands are following each other's styles while adding a little bit more to make their own personality, to convey a little bit more with their personality. I don't know where Killswitch Engage got their idea from, but Trivium definitely added these red colors to it, and they shot the members from different angles as well, but the whole film noir type of style is present in there. Okay, and now finally you have narrative and performance. And this tends to be the most preferred way for music video concepts. Will this, however, generate more viewer retention? I think anything involving narrative will always engage more people. And it's very simple because if we think about it, people connect to it, okay? If you have a compelling narrative, people can identify themselves, they can relate to it, and they'll subconsciously be listening to the music while they're entertained by the visuals, just like I was saying earlier. A great example of that is Ed Sheeran. With 2 videos, he went from completely unknown to world-class celebrity, and everybody knows their songs. Now, personally, I'm not really an Ed Sheeran fan, as I don't think there's enough triplets in his guitar playing, but we all can learn from his marketing strategy and how he creates engaging and compelling videos. Okay, now that is all for today. Like I said, I don't want to be making any more really long videos because they're a pain to edit and gosh, they're a pain to export. So if you like this type of video, or there's a specific subject you would like me to cover, just leave a message below. Just let. Oh, and before I forget, I want you to pick one of these 3 concepts, and I want you to start writing some bullet points or draw or paint or dictaphone or whatever, but I want you to pick one of these concepts and start adapting one of them to one of your songs. Okay? Yep, that's right, I'm giving you homework. But trust me, there's some method in my madness, all right? So until my next video, make sure you have that concept ready so that we can go together through this journey, all right? I'll see you next, and please don't forget to subscribe as I'm trying to grow my very, very small channel, all right? Thank you very much and see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.